I was sitting right there in that spot, and it was the anniversary of a pretty traumatic event for me. And Bounder come up to me, and he drops his head right on my shoulder, and he breathes out, telling me it's gonna be okay. And if I start crying and I get angry, it's gonna be okay.
They're not the rich and famous. Their profit comes not from the thing they sell, but the good they do. Our nation has more than 1.5 million nonprofits that employ 1 out of 10 Americans, providing services that otherwise go unfulfilled, keeping our community connected when all else fails. But nonprofits often lack the tools to properly promote themselves, to inspire more donors and volunteers and clients to their cause. That's where I come in. I've been in the nonprofit world for nearly 20 years. I connect nonprofits with marketing professionals who donate their time and expertise so that, at the end of the day, these life-giving organizations can do more, do better, by creating more, that's right, buzz.
So I am really excited about today's nonprofit that we're visiting. Today we're going to Healing Strides of Virginia, which is a nonprofit based in Boones Mill. And Healing Strides provides horseback riding therapy for people of all ages and disabilities, from kids with autism and spina bifida to veterans who are suffering from PTSD. The executive director of Healing Strides is this really dynamic woman named Carol Young, who insists on hugging everyone. And I know it's been a real challenge for her these last several months as we've all been dealing with COVID-19 and her not being able to get close to anyone. But this really brings us full circle, because Buzz last visited Healing Strides about a year ago when we did a pilot episode there featuring a marketing makeover that Healing Strides received from B2C Enterprises. And I'm excited to see what Carol has done with all those marketing tools that were given to her by B2C. Carol!
Hello! How are you?
It's awesome to see you again. I know it's killing you that you can't hug.
It's the boot bump.
Boot bump? Okay, that works good. I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely. I've missed seeing you. It's been crazy, right?
And I can only see part of you right now because you've got masks happening here.
Right.
Understandable, of course.
Right.
Well, let's get outside on the horses.
Let's do it.
Okay.
When you're ready,
One, two, three.
Very nice. Good job. And I'm going to adjust your stirrups because you have super long legs.
Okay.
And check your girth again, and then you can unmask.
He's like, I want to eat.
No, come on now. Let's go. Let's go.
The trail is always everybody's favorite part of the ride. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
So what do I do?
It's been really amazing.
Okay.
Because our biggest challenge had been, don't be eating everything. Our biggest challenge had been awareness.
Right.
And so now people are calling us because they know who we are. What has happened with Healing Strides is we have continued to grow. Even though we stopped, even though we stopped for the pandemic, we have been able to pick back up, and when we're asking for help, people know who we are. Yeah. Where they wouldn't have before. Those people, we had a nurse, she's on the front lines of this. She showed up one afternoon, had her mask on, and we were like closed, because we went from 23 employees to 2 of us were here for those 14 days. And she came down and she said, I need you to be here on the other side of this. I'm one of your volunteers. Now, I didn't recognize her with her mask on, but she left us a check. Nice. And so again, it's one of those things that she became a volunteer after we had all of the rebranding done.
Right.
And because she learned about it.
Did you see any effects, just before COVID-19, but after the rebranding? As far as, just more people?
Yes,
yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
People definitely were able to recognize us, and that's what branding's all about, is that community recognition. And we had been told, you're the best kept secret, and now people know who we are. Yeah. And so we're no longer the best kept secret.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Which is nice, yeah. Right. Not that we don't want to not be a secret, but at the same time, we don't want to be a secret.
Healing Strides isn't the only organization that has received a marketing makeover over the last year. B2C Enterprises, which donated all their marketing services to Healing Strides, now goes by the name of 5 Points Creative. But despite the new name, 5 Points and Bryan, the owner, still maintain a special relationship with Healing Strides.
So it's been a really rewarding relationship both ways. You know, one of the things that happens when you give something away, it invariably works out that you get more out of whatever the relationship brings than what you put in. But of all the things we did, I think the Healing Strides work was the highlight for the team. It wasn't just sharing that branding with them and the deliverables, but it was their desire to embrace what we did. The reason why it was the most rewarding thing that our team got to do last year was because we love to tell stories. And if you can't tell a story that involves people in trauma and horses and a woman as powerful as Carol, then you're probably not very good at storytelling. So at Christmas time, we gave them a little gift. They gave us a big gift. They gave us a 2-hour team building session. And in February, right before all this stuff happened, we took the team out to Healing Strides, and I can tell you it was mind-blowing, and it really brought our team together. And we were able to go, wow, we knew this was a great organization, and we knew the work they were doing was really special, and we knew it. And if anybody knew it, we knew it. But until we experienced it, I'm not sure we really knew it. I think one of the things that was really rewarding for the team was the work that had been put in prior to the reveal night. And these kinds of shows, there is that reveal, and we do that in a 30-second commercial, but it was great to do that in that event space and to do it for those people. And to see the impact that it had on the team, my team one thing, but the team at Healing Strides was really, really rewarding. But then to watch how Carol embraced it was kind of company culture changing for us. Yeah, that was an amazing night.
Finally, Buzz, the TV show, has had a bit of a makeover since last year when the talented folks from the Click and Pledge Foundation formed our production team. And the hosts were Virginia Tech All-American running back Kevin Jones, who now owns his own marketing firm in Blacksburg, Joba Studio, and Emmy Award-winning reporter and communications guru Becky Freemal. I can't thank all of them enough for helping Buzz take flight and for presenting you with this.
So where are we headed?
So we're heading to Healing Strides of Virginia, and it actually sits on 22 acres of land, which doesn't surprise me. Look how gorgeous it is out here.
It's beautiful out here.
And their mission is to help people with both physical and mental challenges through the use of horses.
When you think about famous horses, what's the first one that comes to your mind?
Secretariat.
What? Mr. Ed.
Oh! I come from a Derby family.
Okay.
So Healing Strides is a 501c3. Our mission is working with people with personal challenges in a safe and supportive environment with equine-assisted activities and therapies. Horses are one of the most special creatures ever created. They never judge us. We get to be honored and privileged to be a part of these people's lives on a daily basis, and to be able to share that with the community around us in a bigger way than we have been able to is thrilling for us. People don't know what we do out here.
Question, have you ever ridden a horse before?
Bareback.
Wow, show off.
It hurt though, it definitely hurt.
Well, I can't imagine. I've only done it with a saddle, and now I feel like a complete loser. I think when we get there, we're going to get a tour of the facility too and find out a little bit more of the programs.
That'd be awesome. Figure out how we can help them.
Absolutely, and more people they can reach, the better, without a doubt. All right, we're here. Rock and roll, let's do this.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you all?
Good.
Very good.
This is so exciting. Come on in the house. We're serving on average about 200 people a week.
Oh, wow.
We have a ground-based program, which is the mental health and learning. Well, hello, beautiful. I know. And then we have a mounted program where people actually ride. The horse is a medical treatment. The horse is a viable surface. We're one of 8 centers of excellence in the country. So Sayward is actually one of our Paralympic riders.
Nice. Cool.
What happens in here is this is all of our ground-based program. So we serve veterans here.
And they pull their head around and you just get it right there in that nook, and I remember crying like a baby.
I cried like a baby.
Jason is our veteran coordinator, and so with the suicide rate of 22 people a day, we're trying to do everything we can to make sure that our veterans have what they need. Can we ask you to step forward? So you're welcome to come say hello to him. He's very friendly.
Hi, Ice.
Oh, that's a big boy.
He he's a local horse. He's actually an off-track thoroughbred, so he was a racehorse.
He's so calm for a thoroughbred.
We have 5 thoroughbreds here. Colin over there is another thoroughbred.
Oh, smooth.
Isn't he beautiful?
Yes.
And they are really, really fantastic animals in our program. We don't have that marketing money that a lot of companies have, so that's a big thing for us, is to get people to know who we are.
Hi, I'm Bruce Bryan, and this is my team at B2C Enterprises in Roanoke, Virginia. We are The Hive. Our mission as The Hive is to empower healing strides through creative marketing so they give more widespread help to all those who need it. Go ahead, y'all.
I think it looks like the Hive is here.
The Hive is here? Oh, yeah.
How exciting.
Let's go over and meet him.
Let's go.
Hey!
Hey! We're so excited. I'm Carol. Nice to see you. So hugs for everybody. So let's head on over this way. I think we're going to sit down and get busy.
Sounds good.
Isn't this exciting? Thank you guys so much for being here. This is so exciting.
I think probably the best place to start is from a marketing perspective. Are there things that hold you back?
We don't fit in a box. I think that's the answer. I'm not sure, but we don't fit in a particular box.
47 different populations of people that we serve here.
So you're helping so broadly.
We're helping broadly. It's about the horses, but we don't give pony rides. We're helping people with every kind of disability that you can think. Yes, personal challenge that you can think of. We haven't known how to market it.
So probably the best place to start is to maybe hear a couple stories that explain what you do.
Yeah, that's a really tall order.
Well, just tell us the good ones.
Yeah, well, they're all good. There's so many of them. They're endless.
Why horses?
Yeah, why horses, Morgan?
We could do chicken therapy. It'd be a lot easier. They're
A
smaller.
whole lot cheaper, too.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
Because that's what people are going to wonder and ask as soon as they hear about the program. Why horses?
Horses have a way of communicating that's quiet and silent, but also non-judgmental. They're not expecting anything, but they're also not needing anything. They're just there. They're just present.
We had a gentleman that we were working with. He had been in Afghanistan, young man, 27 years old. And usually he was very in tune with the horses and interacted really well with them. And that day he didn't. Well, then one of the horses laid down. Well, that's unique. That's unusual. But then another horse laid down. Well, then the third horse laid down. And he said, oh, they know. Like, okay, what did they know? He says, I'm done. I'm out. I'm checking out. I'm done. So our licensed clinical social worker went into suicide prevention mode, and I'm a mom of 8 kids, and my mom kicked in, and I just wrapped him up, and he wrapped me up, and we're all going, I'm an equine specialist. This is totally not the proper thing to do in a session, but it was the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And he cried, and I cried, and Deanna cried. But he then committed to us that he would not check out.
But we couldn't do it without the horses.
Right.
You know, they did it.
We had a dad who brought his daughter here, and I said, hey, I've got some questions for you. Let me get you. She's safe, she's happy, and she said, what can I do for you today?
I think this is the best kept secret in the United States. So we're here. We know what we do. We know what we feel every single day. How do we market that feeling?
Yeah.
Well, part of our challenge is having us capture that in a concise way to a broad audience.
Whew.
You gotta be able to live.
It's late.
We've heard amazing stories, and you've touched our hearts, and I know that we want to help. We have a lot of work to do. So it's time to get started, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let's do it.
Thank you. Hug across the table.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey,
Bruce,
Kevin.
what's up, man?
How's it going?
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Come on back.
What's up, man? Good to see you again.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good. So, what we got going? What we got cooking up here?
So, one of the first things that we noticed when we got in this is that they really needed some help with their website.
Their site is kind of right now a little outdated.
Got that under construction thing going.
Right.
It's got the, some challenges, formatting and all that kind of stuff.
Colors are kind of, it's dark. It seems like here where you talked about donate and get involved, I would just say like maybe those two buttons could be a little bit bigger. Sure. They kind of get lost a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So what we've got now is we've gone with a little bit of a different color palette from what they're using now. We definitely will be adding on to that.
What I have done is set up an Instagram account, and when we do the reveal, we'll also launch the Instagram.
Hey there, how are you?
Good to see you again.
So I touched base with Carol yesterday and this morning and got a lot of great pictures that we can use. She's got some photographers that have been helping her out.
And people can't use their services if they don't know they exist.
Exactly.
Right.
So
we're also talking to one of the TV stations in particular, and we've had some great conversations with them. And we're not ready to say who it is yet, but I can tell you that they're almost definitely on board.
Well, I think we got a good start.
We kind of get a word map going.
Yeah.
We get a feeling for what they find is most important. Those are just some ideas we're tossing around. We have probably 15, 20 taglines that we'll mull over and...
Okay, like the name Hill and Strides.
There's no horses in there anywhere.
Right. What does that actually mean?
Like, how do we pull that in?
Horsepower, which is Bruce's #1 favorite that he's already
That
buying.
will be yours, Bruce. Just don't use horsing around.
Trust me, there.
I know that's probably not the ending image.
It's not.
But the thought of that makes a lot of sense.
This is the idea, the concept most people. I just don't love how it's coming out yet.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I know it's not literally this,
yeah.
but the sense and the spirit of that, because about the nonverbal communication.
So just the human element and horse element coming together. That's going to be my goal. We're going to play with that a little bit more. We're not there yet, but I think we've got some really cool stuff to work with.
For a couple days, it's a lot of progress. We've got a lot of work to do, but they got a good running start.
Hey, I'm Jason.
I'm Becky Freemal. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. I'm the veterans coordinator here at the barn. Let me take you to my horse, introduce you to him.
Jason is our veteran coordinator, and for our veterans, it's the second largest population that we serve here.
Must be the big fella staring
Yeah.
at us right now.
Willie, we match each other, big fella to big fella.
I love it. Well, so I understand you were a client, and now you're a horse owner and an employee, and you've kind of evolved.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's been a huge transition for me in my life. I was stationed at Fort Campbell in Kentucky. I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder, intermittent explosive disorder, you name it.
Do you find yourself kind of becoming those labels almost just because they place so many labels on you?
Yeah, PTSD that's who you are. Well, I had 4 suicide attempts. I've been in a coma twice. When you get out, you're like, well, I don't know what to do anymore.
Who am I?
Yeah, like I can't tell my wife, baby, you mean the world to me. Like you're everything that I've ever wanted. And you lose that way to just come up and give your kid a hug and embrace him and pull him tight and tell him Daddy loves you more than anything. What he sees is Dad coming in, maybe going to the refrigerator, grabbing a beer and going downstairs in the basement and watching TV. Not because he doesn't want to be around, because he doesn't know how to talk anymore or share his feelings, because it's like this right here.
Did you ever imagine that an animal of any kind, a horse, would be what got you to where you are today?
I was sitting right there in that spot, and it was the anniversary of a pretty traumatic event for me. And Bounder come up to me, and he drops his head right on my shoulder, and he breathes out, telling me it's gonna be okay. And if I start crying and I get angry, it's gonna be okay. for some reason, the good Lord decided that I needed to be here, and I think I found what it is. If we help one person, you know, or let someone know that they matter for nothing else but, you know, they are who they are and they're a person and God loves them and so do I.
The picture tells 1,000 words.
Right.
You know, how can you tell 1,000 stories with just 3?
It doesn't have to say everything, just need to say the most important thing.
Challenge here with this particular one for me was I thought we might go in and do a little thing. And the more we talked with Carol, the more passionate we saw she was. And how do you say no?
Yeah.
Isn't this wonderful?
This is really exciting.
I can't wait to see what they've done.
This has been intensive. Work later at night, get up earlier in the morning. The team has really impressed me with their commitment to this cause, and it means a lot.
I cannot wait for tonight.
Give me a hug.
I know, right? It's been crazy because my phone has been blowing up with people going, can you please tell me, I know the reveal's tonight, can't you just tell me? I'm like, no, I really can't. Because I get to be surprised too, and it's so exciting.
We're really excited about tonight. This project took on a life of its own.
I'm hoping to have this great turnout tonight, and everything is going to be set. The horses are excited, we're excited, and the horses, of course, feed off of our excitement.
We are honored to help them find their own voice. It was empowering for us and brought us together as a team, and it stretched us, and I think it's going to stretch them going forward too.
I guess what we do next, are you ready to unveil this thing? You ready to go?
Yeah, let me get my team together and let's head down to Boones Mill and get going.
Sweet, excited, man.
All right, man.
Want to go out and do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you all for coming out on this beautiful, cool evening. It's not 100 degrees. We've got some really exciting things to share with you all tonight.
Really, the honor is ours. You can just see the pride that this team is showing today, and it's because of our connection to you all. And instead of reaching tens and hundreds, we want to talk about reaching thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. And these are tools to help you do that.
We wanted to make sure whatever we did represented you all in a way that was going to last, that was going to send you forward, that was going to get you excited to share your logo. We just wrestled and wrestled and wrestled. The tagline that came up with. That's what these horses do. They inspire hope. If someone hears about your company, one of the first things they're going to do is go to the website. Advertising, brochures, handouts, invites, social media. It was hard just not to want to give these people everything because we fell in love with them so quickly.
You'll have a website now that you can send people to with pride. You'll have printed materials that you can hand out. But in a town like Roanoke and in a market like Roanoke-Lynchburg, you're invisible till you're on television. We've created video that's going to be a 30-second TV commercial very soon.
Anyone could help.
Healing Strides helped me find a way.
My son's nonverbal, and I don't know what I'd do without them.
I don't know what I'd do without
I don't know what I would do without I don't know what I'd do without them.
Healing Strides. Horses inspiring hope.
We think now you'll have tools that you can reach out and let all these people in on the little secret that's here in Boones Mill. So, to get you started, roll it over for them. We've got a campaign starting out with $16,000 in television, advertising, airtime for that really cool commercial that Molly created. Just knowing what we've learned over the last few months, we know you're going to take this beyond what we can even imagine.
Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, we are. It's overwhelming. You guys captured it. The horses, the people. I didn't cry the whole time over there.
I don't even know what else to say, but thank you guys. They caught our vision, they caught our future, every stroke of their pen. We love it.
Major funding for Buzz is made possible by Partners in Financial Planning, a Southwest Virginia-based financial planning and investment management firm. PartnersInFinancialPlanning.com, with additional support by the American Advertising Federation of Roanoke.